welcome back, Raider Nation. How we doing tonight?
What's up? What's up, everybody? Appreciate everybody popping in.
As you know, I'm Jeff. That's
LV Raider
me.
10, Nate.
So we do have a special guest. He'll be on momentarily. He's waiting in the green room. We fed him some carrots and some lettuce for now, and some Vegemite. He's eating the Vegemite. So we'll bring him in when he's ready.
What up, Mike?
So what's up, Nate? How you doing?
Good, chilling. You know, not much has changed since yesterday after our previous show. So
True. But the one good thing is, though, today being Thursday, we are now 7 days till the draft. It's like Christmas Eve coming up.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
You
get that joy, of like the new toys that you're about to get, when you're a week away from Christmas and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely, I'm very excited. I think as all of Raider Nation is pretty much excited for this draft. I know everyone that we talk to is very excited. So
yeah, well, I mean, the best. I think what makes it even more exciting is that we've got such a high draft pick. So that adds to the drama and to the speculation of like what the fuck's gonna happen. That's I'm excited for that level. And I know Leo asked a couple of weeks ago on the Raider Connection how this draft feels so much different for me, and he asked you the same question. And again, I think a lot of my take is the fact that I'm doing this. I'm doing what we're doing right now, which I wasn't doing last year.
Right.
So it's a whole new aspect for me in that light. Where I'm having a stage or a platform to speak on it, whereas last year was just talks amongst my personal Raider fan friends and club members and being local. Now I'm able to talk to guys like yourself, people that are out in California, Las Vegas, that are closer to the team than I am. Like geographically closer.
Right.
So, and speaking of geographically closer, I mean, we got a guy that's coming on the show that's about as far away as you can possibly get. So without further ado, everybody, here's the birthday boy. It's Afakasi.
Yes, sir.
Go on, gang. How are we, brothers?
What's going on?
Good.
We were ready for you. A little happy birthday there.
Happy birthday, dog.
So
where's my song?
I don't have the song.
Ready? 1, 2, 7. I know how YouTube has been crazy with that recently.
Yeah. It's all good, gang. How are we, brothers? Everyone in the chat?
So you recovered from that great Tecmo Bowl experience over the weekend? Having to eat the Vegemite again?
Vegemite. It never gets better. It really doesn't. But whatever, But we're here. We'll be back at it. I might even get back at it for because it's Critique's birthday tomorrow as well. So I might do a birthday Tecmo stream. I don't know. I've been going and eyeing about what to do for my birthday stream wise, and here I am, my birthday, and I was like, fuck it, I'll just restream my Jeff's channel.
Well, I know you mentioned it the other day. You were saying maybe I'll get on someone's stream this week. So I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I'll definitely have you on with us. So that's why I reached out to Nate. He's like, absolutely.
I know what we could do for AR's birthday.
Well,
give him a couple of wins in Marvel Rivals after the show.
I'm down for that.
I'm going to be hitting the gym after the show, so I'll probably have to be tomorrow morning your time. I might get on do something on my own channel, but anyways, this is your show.
I won't be able to do much tomorrow until late in the afternoon. My wife's going in for knee surgery tomorrow, so I got to be up and out of the house by 6:30. So even if we played tonight, it wouldn't be super late, unfortunately.
I get you.
So let's start this off by hitting up the chat. Let's check in, see who's here with us. So Raider Ryan's in the house. What's up, Raider Ryan?
What up, Ryan? Rose Town.
Where's the flag?
What up? Where's the flag? Appreciate you.
Frank Weber checking in. What's up, Frank? Raider Nation 24. It's my guy Devin. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
What's up, big dog?
We got Sacktown Mike in the house. Sacktown Mike, how you doing? He sent me a message the other day because he ordered one of these baseball caps.
Oh, nice.
So he sent me a message. He goes, "Hey, it just came in." So he sent me a picture of it with him on, with him wearing it in Instagram. So he put it up on his Instagram too. So I was like,
No, that's dope.
So I appreciate you doing that for me. I'm actually going to send him some of the cards with the QR code on it too, so he can take with him to Bakersfield and
nice.
Not have some people scan some of the stuff.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Nice to see you too, Weber, Frank. So where's the flag? All right, that's a great way of putting it. Exactly like Christmas as a kid. Oh yeah, with the draft being next week. So
yep,
Christmas Eve, right?
I just wish it actually fell on my birthday. Like,
yeah, it's a week late. So
yeah.
Sorry, one second, my niece.
Yep, Raider Ryan, what's going on? Well, Tony Shefford, what's up, Tony? How you doing tonight?
Good up, Tony. Ashley
Murray, how you doing, Ashley? Welcome to the show. What else we got here? Who else? No, he's wishing happy birthday to AR. Happy birthday, brother. Salute to the shield and respect to be on with you, my friend.
Rocking the 3-8. Well, it's 1 year off my birthday, so yeah.
Oh, right, Navman. I keep forgetting he changed his name. So, family, Navman, what's up, brother? I saw him testing out his new channel that he set up.
So really?
Yep. So he's up and running now. I couldn't stay long because I had to finish setting up for this thing too.
Thank you, Nate.
Dixon Snyder, what's going on? Giving you a happy birthday shout out.
Dixon, my guy. Thank you.
Let's see. There's Jess. What's up? What's going on, Jess?
What up, Jess?
Jess. I think we hit everybody. Nope, Nutty Raider. Nate, what's up, Nutty? How you doing, brother?
Thank you, Nutty. My guy.
You're getting a lot of happy birthdays in here. Eric Raiders, Haters, Hunter, what's going on, man? How you doing tonight? Richard Lyon, good evening. It's pretty much everybody that's in here right now that's in the chat. So welcome everybody to the show. And as you see, we've got our guest with us tonight. We've got Afakasi with us. So we're going to kind of, I want to jump right into this one because I think this is probably going to eat up a good chunk of time here. The Kolton Miller issue. I know there's a few different hot takes on it. You've got the side where people are pissed that he didn't show up to the voluntary workouts. And then out of nowhere, it's because of he wants a contract extension. Personally, it doesn't bother me that he doesn't go to the workouts. It's voluntary, but you would think with a new regime and their new head coach and everything, he would show up. I get the want for the contract extension. This is a guy that probably should have been taken care of at the end of the season prior to all this when we still had the money. What's your thoughts on it between you? I don't know who wants to go first out of the two of you. What's your take on all this? In the chat, chime in too.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll give my take. Look, Kolton Miller is a guy who's been a good Raider for the most part. He's been with us since 2018, the first round draft selection, who developed into one of the better left tackles in the league during his tenure with the Raiders. He's been a little down the last season or two. I have highlighted a few times that I thought he played better the last third of last season. Whether that's going to be the consistent or he's going to keep trending down with age, I guess that's a gamble that, he's taken and we're going to have to take if we do re-sign or restructure whatever it is, or he just sits out. Look, it's not good for the Raiders as a whole, like him sitting out. But at the same time, it's like I keep saying, I can't be mad for these players trying to do what's best for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, they only get one shot in life to maximize how much money they make with their said profession, which is football. I mean, Kolton Miller doesn't have much time left. So this is going to be probably his last chance to make as much money as he can before, age and wear and tear catches up with him, and he may even be out of the league. So am I mad with it? No, I understand it. Hopefully something can be done. something that's fair for both parties. You know what I'm saying? And we bring him back, and we have a contingency plan. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, as it stands, we don't. We're going to probably have to look at the draft. We're bringing someone in the door to groom behind Kolton Miller. I'm not comfortable drafting someone and having them at left tackle right from the rip. I'm not comfortable with any of the guys we have on our roster. I mean, we got DJ Glaze and Thayer Mumford, who I like. I like DJ Glaze at right tackle. I would like him to stay there and hone his craft. Thayer Mumford has been hit and miss at left tackle, more miss than hit, as opposed to his play at right tackle. So I'm not comfortable with him there either. And that's pretty much it. So he has the leverage. Look, just get it done, something fair. And if we have to, draft someone as a contingency plan. Do I want to plug and play someone immediately via the draft? Not really. But if we don't get it done, we might not have a choice. So that's my take.
What's up, Ronnie? What's up, Jamal? And Nate, what's your take?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree exactly with AR was saying there. To me, it's just kind of contingent on how much he asks for. If he asks for something like a top number 1 left tackle, that's going to be a little bit difficult to give him the money that he's going to be asking for. Obviously, I'm not really sure exactly what the price range that he's looking for right now. But if it's on the higher end, it's going to be pretty hard to get that extension done. And I do think we should probably start looking for a backup plan if we can't get this done. So I think we should probably start looking for a left tackle starting in this draft, of course. I don't think we spend a first-round draft pick on that kind of left tackle spot right now, but we do have to start putting it in the forefront of our minds as an organization. Like, hey, we're probably going to have to start not only getting another guard, but now our left tackle spot as well.
I don't think he's going to want top money per se.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to understand like what he's worth, but also the fact that like he's 29, 30, which isn't old.
He's 29.
Like
he'll be 30 midway through the season.
But as an athlete playing physical sport, you know what I'm saying? Like it starts to really catch up to you. I mean, I've highlighted this fact before. You remember, is it Taylor Lewan or Tyler Lewan? The
Taylor Lewan.
One of the better left tackles in the league. He was out of the league only 1 or 2 years older than what Kolton Miller is now. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it's a question of how much left in the tank does he have to give and how much are we willing to pay for?
I think I got pushed back on both ears for this in a way. More so with AR's take on the age thing and everything. Here's the thing. Offensive linemen tend to play way longer into their years than most players. Like you look at some of your past offensive linemen, some of these guys are like 37, 38, and in some cases, rare forms, but it happens, are in their 40s, when they retire. Like Jackie Slater was, I think, 42 when he retired. Whitworth was, I think, 40 when he retired. So offensive linemen tend to last longer in the NFL than, like, say, a running back, wide receiver, and so on. And I was watching, before I came on here, I was watching 805 and Severe and Chris from Protect the Shield. And Severe was right in this matter. It wasn't a lower body injury. Like if it was a knee or something, that's different. Because I mean, I know what it's like to play with a bum knee on the offensive line, and it's not a joy. When it's an upper injury, it's not as bad, and you can prolong your career a little bit just by simply being moved around on the offensive line to a position that is less impactful. So I don't take the age thing as an issue with him. I think even in his mid-30s, he could still be extremely productive. The other thing, too, is left tackles they don't grow on trees, and to get a good one, that's nothing easy to find in the NFL, and I've said this before with Nate, either on our shows or The Connection, I was all for drafting a left tackle at some point in this draft, like to come in and groom behind him, knowing that he was going to be a free agent at the end of this coming year if we didn't end up retaining him after 2026. I wasn't expecting this news to come out this week, so I was fine with grooming one, but now with all these other different talks, since we've gotten Gino, the quarterback issue has been put on the back burner. Then you got Genti coming out. Now all of a sudden this comes out with Kolton. So now, of course, everybody's going to be thinking, now we're going to draft an offensive tackle in the first round instead. So it changes the narrative every week. We're changing the narrative on who's the top guy we should pick at number 6. So now this comes out. So now, yeah, of course, people are going to say, well, we need to take a left tackle early. This changes that narrative again. So the money, it's not, I think, what he's getting paid per year. Because right now he's getting $15.5 million a season. I know Arnie asked, what's the average salary for an offensive or a left tackle? The highest is like 28 or 29. That's actually going to go up to like 30. Trent Williams is going to go for a big jump. So he's actually, I think when I looked at the list, he's number 7 as far as the highest paid left tackles in the NFL. And he's at 15. So what would you consider a fair offer for him at this point? Based on, I guess, his age and, the injury. But although supposedly he's 100% now, so we'll have to wait and see.
Maybe a 2-year deal. How much exactly? Like, I'm not good with money and contracts. You know what I'm saying? I usually tend to be pretty
understandable.
Off.
I hear you.
Yeah, but just about what I was saying before in terms of age, like I'm not talking about. Maybe I'm not talking so much about age. I'm talking more about the years he's been in the league. He's been in the league now. This would be his 8th season. I mean, what's the average shelf life for? Your top tier lineman. You know what I'm saying?
That I don't know off the top of my head. If you look at the average lifespan, I just know from knowing past offensive linemen that a lot of them survive well into their 30s and are starters, not even like coming in as like, a position replacement for injuries and such. I'm talking like still out there as bona fide starters.
But from recollection, he's had back-to-back years where he's been sitting out with injuries, right?
True.
I mean, he played relatively healthy last season, but he was still nursing a hurt shoulder for a lot of last season, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, and as the season went on, you saw him getting better too.
Right.
So now with a full off season, since the surgery, hopefully he comes back 100% and he's the Kolton Miller that we know.
Yeah.
I have no problem with him. I think he's a great left tackle for us. I have no issues with him.
He's been a good Raider. You know what I'm saying?
He has.
Like, as a whole, I'm not talking about of late. I'm talking about as a whole with the Raiders. When you look at his full body of work, what he's done for us since he's been here, he's a guy who's put in the work. He's a first rounder who actually panned out that didn't look good his first season. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the few occasions where we let somebody develop and actually turn out to be a good player in time. Like usually our first rounders, if they're either one side of the coin or the other, you know what I'm saying? They either ball out right from the rip, and if they don't, they usually flame out in epic proportions. Like it's very rare in the last decade and a bit where we've drafted round one specifically where they weren't a stud right from the rip, where we had to let them marinate, develop a little bit till they became good players. Like usually it's like I said, one side of the coin or the other. Kolton Miller is a testament to that. So I'd like to see him come back for a fair price, and I'm sure they're going to find a middle ground. So I'm not panicking.
Yeah, I looked up the left tackle contracts coming into the 2025 season. He's going to be 8 going. This is going into 2025, not at the total full contract. He's the 8th highest paid left tackle. He is about 15, like you were saying, 15 a year AAV. He's probably going to want, because if we give him around 18 or 19, it doesn't really move him up that much as far as like highest paid tackles go. So he probably would go around 19 AAV. So, but that includes guaranteed money, and I think that the guaranteed money is what he's going to be looking for. So,
And that's what I said in the chat on their show too. I said 3 years of like up to like 19 mil. I'm fine with a
Yeah,
3 year contract for him because that puts him at 33, and then you know you start looking at what you really want to do. I mean, if that left shoulder is an issue, can you move him? Sure, you can. Why can't you? You can move
yeah,
him to the right side. You know, there's no reason why you can't. Tackles you can move around. You can move them from tackle to guard. Moving a guard to tackle is not easy unless they've ever played it before. If they've never played tackle before, moving from guard to tackle is not an easy feat.
yeah,
Because you're used to having a guy on either side of you and not being that swing guy on the outside where everything relies on you stopping who you have to stop. So could you move him to right side to prolong his career and save him further, wear and tear on that left shoulder? Sure, you could. If he can play left, he can play right. Playing left's the toughest one. And that means whoever's our right tackle, can they move over? Hopefully, when it gets to that point, So I just hate to try. I don't like the thought of possibly, him sitting out this season. I mean, he's under contract. He's going to get fined the whole 9 yards if he sits out. I just don't want it to get to that point. It's like, let's solidify this now. Let's get him happy. An unhappy left tackle is not a good thing. Go ahead.
Just when you get a chance, we could just check the private chat. Yeah, look, like I said, I'm not panicking. I'm sure they'll come to a fair deal, something that's beneficial for both. And we're going to need to address the position and find a contingency plan. I actually highlighted that last season that we need to find a contingency plan sooner rather than later. It's getting around that time, and it's just unfortunate. We have so many positions in the draft that we're really needing to address because we just don't have bona fide starters or whatever. And I guess if with the Kolton Miller situation, that's just another situation where we're going to have to address that via the draft, and hopefully it pans out, right?
I see some people in here. I mean, I know there's people out there that don't like Kolton Miller or want it, but here's the other thing you're going to look at. And this is the big picture now. So people are screaming that our offensive line is trash, right? And that's with Kolton Miller there. Now, if you get rid of him, say we trade him away somewhere and we don't get a player and we get a draft pick instead, and now we have to draft a left tackle, you better hope whoever you draft is just as good as him, if not better, because if you think our O-line is trash now, it's going to be even worse. That's the other problem. You better hope whatever rookie you bring in, or if God forbid there's a free agent out there that nobody knows about that's just awesome, which last I looked, there isn't. We're going to be just in a worse shape than we are right now. So it's it doesn't even make sense. The guy's healthy. Why would you fuck around with the left tackle? I just don't get it. What's up, Critique?
There's pieces on the offensive line. Sorry, go ahead. You want to say something?
No, go ahead. You're good.
Sorry, I lost my chain of thought.
All right.
Yeah, I lost my chain of thought. Shit. That's right. So look, the eye test with the offensive line, as a whole, we weren't too great last season, and we haven't been for the last few years. But that's not to say there are pieces of the offensive line that I like. Young pieces, I've highlighted a few times, with JPJ and DJ Glaze. DJ Glaze, I feel like people need to put some respect on his name. I hear a lot of people going on lives and saying that we need to draft a right tackle, and for me, it's just why? We've got a right tackle that played very, very well as a rookie. I dare say, like I said many times, a guy who played better than every other tackle we've drafted in the last decade and a half, his rookie season, and we want to search for another one to replace him. Like, why? So, yeah, you know, he like I said, he was down up until the last season, and if he can come back and play like he did the last season, which leaves the interior, which is going to be the another point of attack for the draft, one of many, right? So
yeah.
Well, which is the thing, you know, we've said all along that what we need is a guard in the draft. Now, if you don't do this with him and you let him go,
or for break up the silence a little bit.
Yeah, now you got to do one. Now you got to do both positions. Now you got to worry about a guard and a tackle, you know, and that's going to hinder you with any other holes that you had visions of filling in this draft. It just snowballs. It just becomes a bigger effect, you know. Like I see Navman posting is give the sissy 17 mil. I wouldn't call him a sissy. I mean, the guy had surgery on his shoulder, still went out there and played as much as he possibly could last year. That ain't no sissy. I'm sorry. I mean, the guy's 6'8", 6'9". He's a big son.
He's been a good Raider for the most part. He deserves more respect than that.
Yeah. I wouldn't be calling him no sissy. Absolutely not. Especially to his face either, because he's a lot bigger than me.
Right.
Yeah, so a lot of people are asking, do we draft a tackle day 1, day 2? I mean, I'm not saying that we shouldn't, but I don't think we need to do one right away. If we keep him, we can get one later. You know, go for the skill positions that we really need. You know, I'm a little bit behind on the. So Gord's in here. Well, it was someone else that was in here too. Richard Lyon.
We need a whole bunch.
Bueno, what's up,
Bueno? We need a whole bunch.
Tuco 69, what's going on, man? I know there's a lot of new people in here I'm seeing, and I think a lot of them probably come from your channel, AR. So, yeah, so make sure you guys hit that thumb, the like,
they're on your side.
Subscribe, you know, to LV Raider 10 over there. Anybody that's not subscribed to this gentleman above me, make sure you do. If you love Tecmo football, if you're an old school person like myself from the 80s, 90s, or whatever, definitely check his out. You know, he's got great Raider content, but the Tecmo Bowl stuff is awesome too. Nate and I were actually on his channel on his show Sunday morning playing Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah, that shit was so fun.
That'll come up a little bit later on in the show. We'll talk about that
yeah.
So
you guys are getting better.
And I haven't played since the last time we played, so I haven't even been practicing.
I played one game in between. I think it definitely helps.
But Jeff, you played when in your younger days, you know what I mean?
Well, that's like I said on Sunday, because I was better Sunday than I was the last time. I said it was muscle memories coming back to me. It's like, oh, this is good. I'm doing better.
Just one little tip, man. You need to be a little bit smarter with your fourth down, like going for it all the time. Sometimes it works. I'll give you that. Sometimes
I never, even when I used to play back then, I never used to punt. I would never punt. I would always go for it. I didn't care. So let me just get to the bottom of this chat.
Maybe a punt can lead to a score like mine.
All right, let me get to the bottom. I got to skip through a lot of this. I mean, I wouldn't say Kolton's a future Hall of Famer, but he's definitely. I think he could go down as one of the Raider greats. To be honest with you, he's one of the best linemen we've had, like Afakasi said,
in a real long time. Yeah,
in a long time. So we've got another guest,
an all-time great. He's up there as a good player, but I don't know about all-time great.
Right.
But I mean, when you talk about offensive linemen, I think he's one of the better ones we've had for a while. So we've got someone else here too that's coming in right now. One of Afakasi's fellow Tecmo Bowl guys, who
hell yeah,
on Sunday when the four of us played, lost to Nate. Critique.
What up, Critique?
Yeah, I'm gonna put Critique in my
I couldn't help but hear you guys talking about Kolton Miller, so I thought I'd chime in.
Hey boy.
I don't hate the guy. He was terrible last year, but man, I mean, he's always been a good Raider. It's not like he's Robert Gallery, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Pissy Pants himself.
Didn't fucking get any good until after he left. You know, we don't want another one of those. But then again, I mean, has Kolton Miller, has his career really ran its course? I mean, is that something that I think that's something that we need to look at because he's been on our line since what, 2018, Afakasi? 2017?
Yeah, it was a group.
We drafted him round 1, 2018.
2018. So this is going to be his 9th year, right? I just hope he can bounce back from the injury because that leaves.
This is
7th year. If he can bounce back from that injury, man,
no, it's his 8th.
We dodge.
Is it an
8?
8, 7, 4, 3. What? I don't know. Years all blend together now for me as I'm getting older.
It does. I'm not gonna lie, man. Yeah, I can't. I was looking at how long I've been doing this YouTube shit, and I realized I've been doing it like consistently since 2011. Fuck, that's a long time, dude. I've been here a long time. Didn't realize it was that damn long.
My first Raider video was 2013.
Nice.
Mine was
how
August of last year. Actually, no. Raiders, yes. Sorry. Raiders, yes. Last year was my first one. But YouTube, no. I've been doing that for a couple of years.
Yeah, I've only been doing it for like 2 seasons. Yeah, 1 year.
If you don't mind, LB, how old are you?
26.
Oh God, I'd give my left nut.
I was your age. I was exactly your age when I I think I was exactly your age when I did my first Raider video back in 2013. I did a recap of the 2013 draft class with RIP DJ Hayden, Menelik Watson, Latavius Murray, and CM.
That's dope.
Gotta love this guy. Another ass season for the Raiders from a guy that's got no fucking team that's got no fucking quarterback.
He's waiting for Aaron Rodgers to show up. Please show up, Aaron. Please. We'll give you the farm, please.
You want to see if you better hope your running back can throw the ball because that's about the only way you guys are going to be doing much of anything.
Well, you let 2 good quarterbacks, if not decent quarterbacks, walk. Go home. Go home. Go look in the mirror first before you come over here talking shit. We got a quarterback. You ain't got shit. Najee Harris wants to leave. Ain't got a quarterback. Your team's falling apart. They're talking about
Harris is already gone.
Yeah, have fun, bro. Y'all gonna be bottom of the barrel, man. You're gonna be licking the bottom of. You're gonna be straight up licking Raven ass cheeks this year. Enjoy it.
Where are we? Smokey, what's up, Smokey? How you doing tonight?
But
sorry, Critique. I didn't even get a chance to say what's up, my guy.
That could be a team to look out for too. Is Chicago. If Caleb Williams finally gets it all together and they fix that offensive line over there.
Oh yeah.
Turn your mic up a little bit. Yeah.
But what about our Raiders, man? What are we doing round 1?
Well, that's one of the other things too. Is
there's a lot of different directions we can go, man. We've got a whole lot over the place.
Well, I saw that Sanji,
a lot.
Sanji was out there talking about what Melbourne or some offensive tackle from Michigan. What the hell was his name? Lawamu.
Right.
I don't know. I can't remember his name.
Sorry, the draft. Membo. Is that his,
oh, from Missouri?
Yeah.
Yeah, Missouri.
Yeah, Membu.
So we got
Armand Membu.
We got a super chat here from Raider Shield family, formerly Nav Man. Anybody that doesn't know who that is now, changed his name today. Need the JPJ nastiness left and right on that O-line. Pay Kolton guaranteed money and get the continuity we haven't had for years. I'm sure we will be okay. I agree. And I'll get him
Frank,
back.
It's probably because
he's under
Saints
contract.
Dumpster fire.
Huh?
How come Rodgers isn't going to New Orleans? Because the Saints are a dumpster fire. That's why I think he's not going to New Orleans. He don't want to get back there. I mean, you got Derek Carr hurt, and he's not even probably coming back this year, which means They really did a number on him. You think Aaron Rodgers wants any part in that? Probably not.
No way.
Who cares? I don't care about Rodgers. I don't care about the Saints.
I don't know. I mean, from an NFL standpoint, a fan of the league, Aaron Rodgers, yeah, you had a good run, but don't go the full Favre effect and just call it a seat, call it a career. Just end it.
Right.
Be done with it. Don't drag it out.
I mean,
So,
next thing we know, there's going to be a YouTube
talking
video
about the draft.
that
I mean,
guy going, please keep the spotlight just a little longer.
What are you guys thinking for the first round at number 6? If we don't trade back and we're stuck at number 6, who is your wish list at number 6? We'll start with AR, because I know you're the draft guru.
Right. Quotation marks, draft guru, because I don't watch college football, so I'm not quite as proficient as most others when it comes to the draft prospect. I'm just being honest and I'm just being transparent. I do know what we do need, and I know a little bit about some of the guys in round 1 specifically. After that, not so much. But as for who I want, look, we have holes all over the friggin' place. So BPA, as far as I'm concerned, there's no whichever way that we would go at number 6 if we were to take anybody who's projected to go in that top 10 range, that I would be mad with us taking, being that the state of affairs with our roster. So I'm cool with whoever, you know what I'm saying? Like running back, if it's running back Genty or that Membu guy or that Graham guy, or even if we went a quarterback, like if we did go Sanders route or whatever it may be, whoever's the top corner, even the wide receiver, I'm cool with it as long as it's not like a far out of left field kind of Alex Leatherwood or Damon Arnett or
Tyree Wilson
that's projected to actually go in that range, whatever position, whatever player it may be, rather than these Joe Schmoes out of left field that we're trying to develop. Sorry, that's my niece. Someone else go ahead.
Critique, what are you thinking? What's your thought process for the number 1 pick at number 6, first round?
Well, I'm really biased when it comes to this because I have a bet going on right now with my buddy Gabe, and he believes that we are taking a quarterback with a 6th overall pick. Now, here's the terms of the bet, just to where you guys got an idea.
Mm-hmm.
If we draft a quarterback with the 6th overall pick, I have to buy that jersey for him. But if we pick anybody else outside of quarterback for pick 6, or we trade back, he has to buy me a jersey of our first round pick.
So this is looking pretty good for you.
It could be.
The odds are in your favor.
The odds are in my favor, and normally I don't take a bet unless I know I've got a possibility of winning. So when he was all high and mighty going, we're taking Shador at 6, I was the first one to be like, how much you want to bet on that? You want to go jersey for jersey?
Now, let me ask you this.
He bid on that shit like it was a bunch of catfish on a hot dog.
Okay, was this before or after we got Geno Smith?
After.
It was after?
Wow.
It was after the extension. That's why I knew it was hook, line, and sinker. It was right after I was like, there's no way we're going quarterback.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The 6th overall pick, after giving Geno that extension without him ever taking a snap for us.
Mm-hmm.
That's just logic. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm hoping for, I wouldn't mind taking a chance on a dude like that Hunter dude from Colorado.
Travis Hunter.
The corner. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind going with Genty, because these are all like major positions of need. And now with Jack Jones not here, we're going to need a cornerback. You know what I mean? I don't know if we do it with the 6th overall pick, but I don't think that we're going to go quarterback. I don't think that we're going to go with Shador Sanders. I honestly don't think he's going to be there. But even if he is there, I don't think we'll go for it, for the simple fact we gave Geno Smith $66 million for 2 years. So
And Nate, I know you want Jackson Dart at number 6, right?
At 6, I don't know about at 6, but um, no, honestly, like I watched a lot of people that just cover the NFL in general. Not just like specifically teams. They cover like YouTubers that cover the NFL just in a general sense. I watched a lot of their pre-draft mocks, and essentially almost everybody had us taking Genti. So I was like, you know what? Let me do some more research. Let me watch some more film on Genti today. So I watched quite a little bit of film on Genti today, and I mean, I've said it before. I really really like Genti as a player. I really think he should have gotten the Heisman. He had an insane season, probably a season that we're not going to see in college football in a really long time. And you know, the more and more I watched him, the more and more I felt better about if we do end up taking Genti at 6, I would not be super angry. Like I wouldn't have been angry in the first place, but watching him play and the way that he runs, um, today more so than other times, I like him a lot. But still, it goes back to the the fact that this draft at the running back position is so absolutely deep. Like, do we really want to spend our 6th overall pick picking somebody that we can possibly get the same amount of production in the later rounds? I know it's probably a little bit more risky if we do wait on the running back position, considering that I do believe Genti is the consensus number 1 running back in this draft. But I think it's just more of today after watching some more film on Genti that I feel a little bit more comfortable with saying I'm not I wouldn't be mad if we take him at 6.
Okay, fair enough.
Can I give
Me
some
personally, I'm still on the trade
quick
back
take
route.
on?
Mm-hmm.
I would rather trade back. Oh, and by the way,
for sure,
Tony, I believe I win if we trade back because we're still not getting a quarterback first round. And unless we trade back and then with that pick we pick a fucking quarterback, then that would really like burn my biscuits. But that's the only way I lose.
Yeah, go ahead, Al.
Can I give a take on? Okay, so like you just highlighted that Genti is the best running back prospect in a deep running back class, correct?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Which speaks volumes as to, I mean, yeah, we can get someone later per se, but if Genti is there and he's the best of a very deep set class, like you just highlighted, and a lot of people have said too, then I'm not gonna complain if we take the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? If he is exactly that, and he's talking a lot of. Did you see his statement to the league?
Mm-hmm.
He posted recently about like how he's going to tear the league up. You know, if we draft a guy like that, I hope he can cash in the checks his ass is writing. So that would be nice. It would definitely make our running back room a hell of a lot better for years to come. Something we haven't had for the last.
It sounds Josh Jacob-esque, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I get what
you're
saying,
doesn't it?
I know how outspoken you were about how bad our running back room was this season, and that putrid average that we had. You know, that rushing average.
You don't need another one of my rants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, if we do take Genti at 6, I think we have to be extra smart with the draft picks that are later, though. That's where I'm kind of if we pick somebody else at 6, we have a little bit of leeway on other players, especially at the running back position. But if we pick Genti at 6, we have to be extra smart with our picks later on, and that's why I'm also my first initial thought in the draft would be to trade back to accumulate more picks, considering now we have like a lot more holes with the Kolton Miller thing coming up. We're gonna have a lot more holes in the near future, so to me, trading back was probably the number 1 option in my thought. But if we do stick and pick, Genti would probably be one of the. I'm warmed up to Genti at 6.
I'm still
I think
not.
he's there. You don't pass him up.
I am for trading back for the right price, but like at the same time, we have the ammunition as it stands. 9 picks. I'm all for let's just get the BPA because we've got a lot of holes. And if the BPA is there, and Genty is one of the guys who's highlighted to he should be a stud right from the rip. So I'm good with that selection, and we can even get another running back later. I want us to draft 2, like I said, how many times?
Well, the one bonus for us now is the whole Derek Carr thing with New Orleans. So that puts New Orleans in a pickle too. You know, they got the number 9 pick. If Shador falls to number 6, they easily could be calling us and saying, "Hey, you know, what can we do here?" And we only moved back 3 picks, so we're still gonna get
and our second. Okay.
Yeah, we're still gonna get
that's how that
in the
normally works.
early part of the first round. You know, and accumulate a second round, hopefully too. That's the whole part of the deal. You know, I'm also not opposed to moving back as far as number 12. I don't think I'd go any further back than 12 though.
Right.
And get another second round pick. You know, because even if we move back to number 9, comes number 9, Genty's still there, and the Cowboys really want him that bad, I'll move back a couple more picks, get another second round. So now you got 3 second rounders because let's face it, that's where the talent is in this draft outside of the first round. Outside of that first pick, you're going to have in the first round. That second round is where you're going to get your running back, your wide receiver, your cornerback, linebacker. That's where you're going to get the immediate needs for this team for this coming season, you know, to fill some of these holes that we have, you know. So that's why I'm fine with the moving back. You know, if we don't pick a player at number 6, then oh well, you know.
To answer Jerome's,
whatever we do, we're gonna
go ahead, Eric. Go ahead.
Sorry, you go. I got you. My bad.
Oh, I was just gonna say, just to answer Jerome's, what if Genty isn't there at 6? That's a good thing in my thought because that means one of the better players falls to 6. Like you're gonna have the guys that we've been wanting, like Mason Graham, falling. Travis Hunter is gonna probably fall a little bit. Someone's gonna fall to 6 if Genty isn't there that we actually want. So if Genty isn't there at 6, I'm super cool with it.
Whatever the case may be, with whatever direction we go with the draft, we're really gonna need to hit it out of the ballpark if we're gonna have a chance to be competitive year 1 under this new regime. Because right now, like, I like the value with what we got out of free agency, but if I'm going to be honest, we didn't get substantially better outside of the quarterback position. That's the only position for me where we did. So we're leaning on this year's draft, and we're going to need like 2nd, 3rd year leaps from a lot of these guys that like the previous regimes have drafted in order to be competitive this year. So I'm hoping we find at least three good day 1 starters, not starters by default or starters because we got nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Like guys like JPJ, guys like your boy Brock Bowers. You know what I'm saying? Like we're going to need to hit it out of the ballpark. This is a very important draft class for us, and it will dictate where we're going to be in the next 2-3 years. If we're going to be pushing for playoffs eventually, or we're going to stay languishing in mediocrity the way we have been for how long now?
Yeah, no, that's what I think too, Tony. You know, if Sanders and Genty are still there at number 6, our phone's gonna be ringing nonstop, guaranteed.
Yep.
And we better be listening and entertaining.
That's what I said,
Jason.
Yeah. Sorry, that's what I said to Jason's comment. That's what I said. I said outside of the quarterback position, like we didn't get predominantly better at any other position or group via the free agency. Like, yeah, quarterback, yes. Everywhere else, in my opinion, until proven otherwise, no.
Yeah, I seen, like I was saying, I watched a couple of different YouTubers today talk about the draft and stuff. There was one that I seen that, because I know this is real far, but with the Steelers are so desperately in need of a quarterback, especially if Shador Sanders is there at 6 as well. If they give up their first this year, their first next year, and then they don't have a second round pick because of the DK Metcalf trade, and they give us their third this year, I feel like that was kind of their starting point. If that was their starting point, we can negotiate a couple more draft picks out of that. I would probably feel a little more comfortable with a little bit more than that starting, but 21 is a far drop from 6.
Yeah, I don't want to go back that far. That's too much.
Yeah.
I got to address this. All right, Money, I've been seeing you post in here just now. I'm not going to kick you. I'm not going to bust your balls, but I am going to give you a response to this message right here. I never trashed you. I never trashed your view. All I gave was an educated response when you first started talking about Genty on why we shouldn't. And the first thing you said is, I don't fucking read other people's websites, blah, blah, blah. That's how you left it. And then you just started getting nasty every freaking time you come into my channel or anyone else's channel that I'm on the panel with. You won't go on mine. You'll go on theirs because you know the second you come on mine, your ass gets booted. So you go to a channel that I can't control unless last night where you jumped into one of the channels that I happened to be a moderator on for the other 3 guys. So, yeah, I booted you last night off of that channel. So sit down, watch the show, enjoy, have fun, and don't be a douchebag. Plain and simple. And we'll leave you alone. That's it. Navman talked to you last week, apologized, and then you completely just shit all over it. So this is your last shot. I'm telling you right now. I don't really give a fuck anymore. So normally I don't say shit, but you're finally getting to me now. So fuck off. Said my piece.
Well,
so anyway, how you guys doing tonight?
I would the only way I would entertain trading back is if Genty's not available.
Right.
Like say if Genty goes by pick 3. You damn right I'm looking to shop that trade. Because I want more picks. We fucking got Max Crosby in what, the 3rd, 4th round? It was what was 3rd?
I think it was a 4th.
I mean, we can
and
hit
I know
picks too.
I know it's a long shot, but if you can wrap in a first rounder for next year, because I don't envision us, hopefully, us picking in the top 10 next year. If everything goes the way it should, we should not be. We don't want to be picking in the top 10 because if we're picking in the top 10, that means we're a complete shit trash team again, and we don't want to be there. If we're there because we traded with somebody and we got a top 10 pick, oh, that's beautiful. I'm all for that. You know, so if we can somehow finagle a first rounder next year out of somebody that's that desperate for, say, a quarterback like New Orleans, if they're that desperate and they don't want to play game, then like, hey, well, we're keeping our number 6 pick. Maybe we're going to take him anyway. Maybe we're not. It's your call whether you want to make the trade or not. You want to give up for swap picks this year and give us your first next year? You want them that bad, you're going to take it. You know, you're going to play hardball. You have to, you know. Just go watch draft day. See how he does. You know everybody's watching that leading up to
But to that point, though, to that point, though, like you said, hope if everything goes well, we shouldn't be picking within the top 10. So right now we are. Let's make the most of it. Let's get the BPA because, like I keep highlighting, we have so many holes that we need to address.
Goddamn right we are.
To be able to pick in the pick at 6 gives us the best chance to be able to find ourselves a day.
Hey, we're all a bunch of derelicts.
Sorry,
but we love to watch football. What do you got left? I know I didn't mean to talk over you. I'm sorry.
What's up, Rundown?
What up, Run?
Sorry. I lost my chain of thought now. Shit. Oh, that's right.
No, I was saying, you just had to be here.
Let's just make the most of it. Like if we're picking,
sorry,
my goddamn camera.
Hey, I agree with Jason Down. We have to fucking trade back. I want the Saints first next year too. Yeah, damn right. make them trade their first overall pick to move up to 6, and we get number 9, and then give them the fucking first for next year. Take their first 2 for next year. Hell yeah, I'll take that. What are you going to wait on DC to want to come back? From what I hear, his injury's fake. He just don't want to be there. He wants to get traded. So I mean, they ain't got nobody else except for what, Spencer Rattler. I think we can make that work. I think for the first time ever, the Raiders actually got some leverage. Because we don't really need a quarterback, and we're already at 6. There's only 2 decent quarterbacks in this draft that are legitimate number 1s. You know what I mean? And then the rest are developmental.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do too, Jason. I want their first round. For sure.
I think that it's just they're too close to the 6th overall pick to be willing to give up their next year's first as well.
But let's be real also, Raiders history, we don't normally trade. We won't normally trade our first pick.
Yeah.
So if we do, it would be something completely different than what we're used to seeing. And I'm all for that because I've seen us do the same things over and over and over again. And we end up like as close as we've gotten was what? The Super Bowl when we got our ass whooped by Tampa Bay. God, it was a long time ago.
I just want us to get a day dot, hopefully game changer if where we're at. And numbers at pick 6, it gives us the best chance of that. Do I want to trade back for it? I guess the right price, but it's like I was saying before, like if you're banking that we shouldn't be in that top 10 range next year moving forward, then like I said, number 6 gives us the best chance of finding ourselves that day dot game changer. Someone that likes of Khalil Mack, Josh Jacobs, even Amari Cooper for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like I just, yeah. That's ideally the bullseye. A Brock Bowers, you know what I'm saying? That's the bullseye for what you want to get out of a first round pick. You know what I'm saying? I don't want another one of these developmental, rotational guys. That is unacceptable, inexcusable, and not good enough. That's the kind of stuff that's setting our team back to where we've been for how long now, and I'm getting sick of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I can tell you this: we've only got a week. Yay.
I know, huh? For real.
Yeah,
so I guess the other thing
that's something I'm not going to want to leave from.
I guess the other thing that's come up this week too is the Ramsey talks about us possibly being hooked to maybe getting him in a trade somehow. I'm for it, to be honest with you, as long as it's nothing worse than a 5th rounder. I would definitely entertain, because they're in cap hell. They've got no choice. They've got to do something down there, or they're going to be screwed. So if they're looking to unload him, I'm fine with a 5th round pick. You know,
talk about
like
Jalen
I've heard
Ramsey.
other people say it. Like, what are you going to pick in the 5th round that's going to be a starter in this league? You know, I think Rundown said it last night in our chat. It's like, who are you going to pick in the 5th round that's going to be a starter that's going to be equal to what you're going to get in quality from Ramsey? You name someone that you think we're going to get.
But I'd be worried about who we're going to get because what he played like last year wasn't very good. Ramsey didn't do well last year.
The whole team for Miami didn't do very well. I mean, they did.
No, they didn't.
I mean, for that matter, we didn't either. So anything's an improvement for us, to be honest with you.
They had a stacked fucking roster. They were just like the AFC version of the Cowboys. They were a stacked fucking roster, but they were a complete dumpster fire. Just with that much talent, you can't get no more than 7-8 wins. Damn. You know, something's going to have to change there. They've done paid
I guess
so much.
I guess with Ramsey, I guess it kind of gives me Marcus Peters type vibes. Like once upon a time, they were one of the best. And I guess, like, I mean, we're in a position where we could take a chance because, I mean, once again, another positional group that's razor thin until proven otherwise. And salute to you with it, people I see in the building. For a reasonable price, like I'm okay with taking a flyer, but this type deal where he's just so far removed from his best that it's just not even worth it. But we got to do something with our cornerback room because it's not an area of confidence I have as it stands. I mean, the most confidence I've gotten a player is Jacorian Bennett, who took a second-year leap better than I imagined he would. But that's pretty much it. Like, look at the rest of the room. Like, we got DeCam Richardson, a second-year guy. I think Sam Webb's still holding on to a roster spot by a thread. That Darnay Holmes guy. A whole bunch of players that I just don't have too much confidence in. Stokes guy we picked up in free agency. Like, it's a very, very weak room. And if we can bring him or anybody else who can make it even just a little bit better, cool.
Just don't get a quarterback with the 06th overall pick. I don't feel like buying it. You're going to get one of them Chinese knockoffs from Temu.
Well, let's get into this then. So everybody knows the two gentlemen above us also play a lot of Tecmo Bowl online and stream it. So you got that ready, Aya?
What ready? What am I doing?
Did you,
you put me on the spot.
Did you find it?
Nah, dog, I didn't get a chance. You kind of put me on the spot when I was doing a little bit of editing.
I thought that's what you were doing. My bad.
Sorry, man.
All right. Well, anyway, I guess we could.
I can look for it real quick. Well, yeah.
You got it, Nate?
Yeah, I'll look for it real quick.
All right.
What is it you want me to find?
Yeah, Nate's going to do it. He's looking it up right now. So this past Sunday, we went on with Critique and AI, and they invited Nate and myself to play Tecmo Bowl against them again. A few weeks ago, it was just myself, Nate, and AI, but this past Sunday, it was the four of us that are on the screen right now that played. We played like a little round robin, and of course, I drew AI first. I drew Critique first and got smashed. But there was one interesting game where Nate had to play against Critique. And Critique is by far, I think, out of the four of us for sure, or at least out of Nate and I, better than Nate and I anyway. But you get a
game. Yeah, well, you'll see what happened. As soon as he finds it, you'll see what happened.
I'm right here.
You got a super chat on yours here. Happy
birthday. Thanks for the super chat on 6, my guy. That
says happy birthday.
That's my closest ally in this YouTube game.
Oh, he's busting your chops about Zamir. I love it.
F. Dustin, Ozzy Cortez on Nightmares. No, that's my guy on 6 wishing me a happy birthday. He's my closest ally and friend in this YouTube game. Someone who has my 100% loyalty has been there rocking with me through
thick shit. I like him.
Much like Critique has. So much love, my friend. Appreciate that. Happy birthday. $5.
Yeah, so those that don't know, today is AI's birthday.
Yep.
So Nate had to play against Critique, and Critique by far, like I said, is definitely better than Nate and I. And Nate held his own for a while with them, and it looked like he was going to lose, but then he was up by 1. Right? You were up by 1 point?
Yeah, I was no, he was about to
okay, I have one.
And you were
right, we're going to show you a clip of what happened because it was freaking hilarious.
Yeah, I was up by 1.
Roll the tape.
Let's see if we can bring
it. Here it comes.
To be fair to Critique, Critique was playing a lower tier team.
Hold on, let's see.
Control, hold the control button and scroll in with your mouth.
My mouth?
Yeah. You have a mouth?
No, your mouth. Your mouth, dog. No. Put the full screen.
Oh, got you.
Yep. Full screen. Control and scroll forward with your mouse. Yep. There we go. One back. One back.
Yeah, it's going one back, but it's
much.
being like stupid. Hold on.
There
Okay.
you go. Shrink it just
Is that a little?
bit.
Just
Yeah,
try to set
hold
it a
on.
little bit. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Is that better? Or you want me to go one more in?
Go one more
I'm
in.
trying to watch a monkey fuck a football.
Do you want me to do it? Tell me the
Hey,
timestamp
you
and I'll
know,
do it.
Yeah.
Tell me the timestamp.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Let's see. 59:54, I think. Hold on. Let's see. Now my thing is all.
All right, give me 2 minutes. Chat.
Every time he gets near it, it
I'll
fucks
do
up.
it.
All right, I promise you, chat, it'll be worth it once you see it. Because it was absolutely the craziest finish I've ever
What's
seen.
the timestamp? What time did you say it was?
I got
59:38.
15. Yeah.
Yep.
Around 59. Like 15. 29. 59:29. Oh no, I lied. 59:38.
And that was the first.
This was the punt.
No
The
worries.
punt.
Okay.
Just give me a moment. Okay, 59:38. All right, gotcha.
Correct. That was right before the punt.
Okay.
And then let me look
I
for the
forgot
other
how
type.
it was set up. It was set up by a punt.
Uh-huh. And
Fucking
then the
Tecmo.
last,
Okay.
Hey, what team were you using in
Give
that?
me 1 moment. I'm almost there.
hold on, give me a sec.
It was Miami and
Denver. You were Denver.
I was
Yeah.
Denver.
Uh-huh.
Critique was Denver, and Nate was Miami. What's up, Diesel? What's up, All Eyes?
All right. Present share screen. Here we go. All right. Boom. There we go.
Okay. And then I can tell you the other
Actually,
timestamp too.
You might have to present share screen. Window. Let me try.
What's up, all eyes? Yeah, I was the donkey.
All right, try that
friend.
one. Okay, that's not working. All right, try it like this. This is not working out, is it?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's tripping.
It's actually better on your side.
All right. Maybe try this one. Is mine still being presented?
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, that's better. That'll
Is
work.
that better? Okay,
Yeah,
hold on.
yours
Let
is
me go
better.
back to the first one. 59:38. Remember 108:23 for me, please.
108.
All right, so just so you know, the team on the left is Nate's. That's the Dolphins. And the team, obviously, the Broncos colors is Critique.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yep.
I'm doing the punt. With there's only 23 seconds left in the first half. And I accidentally punted.
Yeah, he punted on second down by accident. So watch this shit. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. He punts it. He gets it. He tackles him, fumbles.
That little fucking bullshit.
Nate picks it up and runs it in for the win, right?
Yeah.
Tecmo gods, motherfuckers.
So he wins it in for that was the lead on that one, right?
Yeah, that was for the lead to go into halftime here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah.
So that was
Okay.
halftime.
And then this is the end of the game. What was it? 109-28 or something like that?
Something like that. This was even more of a cluster than the punt thing. This was absolutely hilarious how this ended.
Hold on.
You went too far.
I went too far, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You've gone to the end.
Yeah. This is the last play prior to me kicking a field goal to try to win this game. So this is the field goal to try to win the game in 6 seconds left of this game.
So right now Nate's down by 1.1314.
Yep. He
Fix it.
blocks
Get
the
the
field
block.
goal.
Fucking block that shit.
Critique
shit
picked it
happened.
up.
No, I picked it up. This is me running the ball back.
Rewind
Alright,
that.
yeah,
You'll
okay,
see
my
I
bad.
picked it up, but it registered that you had the ball. The fucking game completely tripped out. Tecmo was not giving me the win that
Then he
day.
runs in for the touchdown, and then the game just keeps doing this. Nothing else happens.
Yeah.
The players just stand in the end zone, running around like idiots. So then we just kind of sat there like, what do we do now? So the final score reflects that Nate lost, but my suggestion was if this was actual NFL rules, that would have been a touchdown because it would have been a block kick because it was attempt for a field goal. So it's a live.
So we awarded the win to
the win to Nate.
LV.
Yep.
So LV won that game. He actually beat Critique, which was awesome. I know it was the funniest. It was so goddamn funny watching that happen.
Bro, that was the funniest like sequence of plays ever. It was
Oh my god!
hilarious.
Between the punt thing, which was ridiculous in the first place, that alone was showstop worthy, and then that with the field goal block, and then you recover it and run it in was that was absolutely crazy.
Yeah,
that was some of the craziest shit. That was so much fun. Critique still hurting from that one.
Yeah, I'm sour. I'm sour from that.
See that's Tecmo Bowl for you.
You need to go back and
you
rewatch
either
that.
got the Tecmo God smiling upon you and reward you with glorious circumstances that lead to scores, or they really fuck you in the worst way, much like they have and seem to do at the most inopportune times when I play Critique, right?
I'll tell you, hey AR, do they sell like the big ass bottles of Vegemite, or is it all the little ones?
So
because if it's the big bottles, you might have to stop buying the big one. You won't have to buy the small one so often, like a value pack.
Dude, I can just go to my local store and get one. They're not that expensive, so it's not that hard for me to get a replesment bottle for our.
Yeah, but if you buy in bulk, it might be cheaper.
I'm really hoping I don't have to do too many more. It's not.
Well, it ain't working out for you that way, though.
His face.
I think he froze.
Well, it makes it fun for the stream, right? We're betting without.
Oh yeah.
It puts something on the line that makes it entertaining for people who want to watch. Plus, it's not like we're betting money per se. You know what I mean?
No.
Right.
You're muted, Critique.
You're
muted.
It's not in the music.
We did break the game though. We fucking
legitimately broke the game.
Tecmo Bowl said, "Screw you! No one's
right.
scoring."
Well, that's why we do it, just for the entertainment.
I gotta head on out, guys. But it was good sitting here talking with you, and see you guys again on Sunday, more than likely. Happy birthday, AR! And
I'll be there.
It's always fun hanging out with y'all. But yeah, I gotta bail. I got some things I gotta do right quick. Hey, thanks, man.
Thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Critique.
Hey,
we'll talk behind the scenes
birthday,
about
by the way.
doing what we're doing this weekend, all right?
Hey, check it out. And dude, we should do the same way that we did it last weekend, except we're making 2-game elimination to where there's no confusion. If you lose twice, you're done. Because honestly, even though I beat you that one time, you only
You're out of
took
here.
one loss.
Well, happy birthday tomorrow, Critique. So
Right.
enjoy your day.
Yes, sir.
So we both had
Yeah,
to eat and sing
today.
it.
Have fun, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.
We'll talk behind the
Later,
scenes.
All right,
Critique,
man.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Yeah, I'm definitely down to play again this weekend for sure. Hell yeah, that was too much fun. Even though I got my
Always
ass
good fun.
whooped. Although I did
a
win
good
one.
laugh. Good fun.
Oh yeah, big time.
I beat Nate again, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
That's
You
started
definitely
off all right.
his kryptonite, aren't you, Jeff?
No, definitely. I don't know why or
In this
what
game,
it is.
yes. In Madden, he will absolutely destroy me in Madden. I mean, I think one of the last games we played in Madden, he was in the 60s, and I think I scored. I was excited. I scored 14 points.
You scored like the first
Madden's a
touchdown, though.
different beast. Huh?
You scored the first touchdown. That's because they made
I
you
scored
be
first, and then it
the
all went to
Pats.
shit. Yeah, but just like in that game, I don't punt. My punters have 0 stats. So I refuse to punt. That game's
What
too
up,
easy.
Rebel?
You can just sneak a first down sometimes. Sometimes. What's up, Rebel? Oh, where were we here? So, yeah, so we're 7 days away. So now, I know that you and I have talked before about the day of the draft itself, and I know you're you're doing your thing. You're still doing that, right? You're still going on with your guys doing your thing, like you did last year. You said. I think you lagged out. I don't know if you heard me.
He's muted right now.
Might have out.
All right.
Oh.
Roman Reigns. Hey, isn't Roman Reigns a fucking 49ers fan? What?
Yeah, that's what
Seriously.
Diesel said. Yeah.
Why are we wasting Raiders gear on his ass? Send that shit to someone that wants it. That's a fucking Raiders fan. I know Jay sent me put a picture up in the Raider
In their
connection
group chat, yeah.
saying, well, he's got a picture of him as a kid wearing a Raiders shirt. Yeah, my son wore a freaking Eagles jersey once as a young kid, and he's not an Eagles fan.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything to me.
I just get the fuck out of here with that. Not Jay. I mean, with Roman Reigns getting the shit from the Raiders, I'm like, fucking piss off.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He did accept it respectfully, but come on. That'd be like John Cena giving it to him, knowing that he's a fucking Patriots fan. You know, it's like, get the fuck out of here. Dude, it's not hard to look good in black. I don't care. You wear black anything, you look good. I mean, you'd have to really be on the fucking. You'd have to really get beat up by the ugly tree to not look good in black. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Fuck you before I throw my coffee at you.
Coffee.
Yeah, I know. It's the only reason they're doing that is because it's at Allegiant, and I get it. I get it. But you know what? Watch him come out and fucking carrying like a 49ers flag, or he comes out wearing another shirt and he rips it off and there's a 49ers t-shirt on underneath or something. Is he a heel or is he a face right now?
What?
I don't even, is he a heel or a face?
The fuck is that?
You don't know what that means? A heel means he's a bad guy. A face means he's a crowd favorite.
Oh, I don't watch wrestling.
He's a good guy. No, not Cena. I'm talking about Roman Reigns. Is Roman Reigns a heel or a face? Oh, if he's turning heel, that's the way to do it in Vegas. That's for sure. But I mean, hopefully it wouldn't be. Would it work though? I mean, because how many Raider fans are actually going to be there?
Probably not a lot. I mean, I have no clue. I haven't watched wrestling since I was like 9 years old, so I have absolutely no clue.
So if he does turn heel, I mean, that could be a way that he could do it there. If it happens, see, you heard it here first. So guys, no BS. I'm friends with Ronda Rousey and her husband Travis. I live 1 mile from them. She has been training past few months. She may make a appearance at WrestleMania. No shit.
That'd be cool.
I think she's hot as hell too, Ronda Rousey.
I met her one time at the beach. Well, I seen her. My girlfriend at the time met her at the beach.
Jay, how awesome would that be if he turns heel that night and does something like that, like totally like desecrates something to do with the Well, I wouldn't like it. I'm sure a lot of Raider fans wouldn't like it, but again, that's what what the WWE does, man. Bragg just wanted to share that. I hope she does, but she was unable to tell us if she will be there or not. That'd be pretty cool, though. Oh, I can only imagine what she looks like in person, Diesel. I mean, I think she's hot as can be. I think she's fucking drop dead gorgeous. I'm sorry. Just something about her. Just.
You should see Jeff in person.
You want to see my onesie again? I'll put my onesie up.
Put the onesie up.
No, you would do something to Paul Heyman. Why did Ramsey get so much hate when she was in WWE? I don't know. Good question. I'll tell you what, man. I like her in the fucking Expendable movies too. I think she's great in those. I wish she'd do more acting, to be honest with you.
I've only really watched her in UFC.
See, I don't like strong women, but she is hot. Yeah, there's always been something I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. I mean, I'm not talking like I want someone like fucking China. Ugh, God, she was ugly as sin. But I'm talking like I wouldn't mind. You know, not now, obviously, because I'm married. But if I was dating, I wouldn't mind dating or hooking up with a chick that could, you know, probably fucking beat my ass a little bit. You know, fucking just super strong type of chick. That'd be kind of fun, I think.
AR, since you left, it's taking a turn.
This show is going off the rails big time.
I take it as much.
We started talking about it. Someone mentioned in the chat about Roman Reigns.
Hey, I'm all on.
You kind of cut out.
I must be on a mad delay.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Big time.
Yeah, I'm on a crazy.
I don't know why it is. It's weird.
Let me back out and I'll come back in. All right.
All right. Jeff will still talk about girls that he wants to beat him up.
What's up, Llama Breaths?
What up, Llama Breaths? There
and
he
just
is.
to answer, I'm not bueno. Yeah, I am. That's what Afakasi means. Half cast us.
What about Serena Williams? No, I'm good with that. No, okay. No,
not my type. She's not ugly, but she's not my type.
No. Oh, shocker, Jess. When are you not?
Shocker, Jess.
Oh, Travis. Oh, really? Retired MMA?
I'm not bueno. He thought Afakasi was Australian mob boss in Japanese. Nah, dog. Not quite.
I haven't even tried, Jess. I don't remember the last time I logged on to Madden, to be honest.
I tried earlier today, and we're still waiting on Run.
See, I said that too. Run's like, oh, you guys need to fast forward to that shit. And I said to him, I said, we can't. We're waiting on you. You'll lock this out until he plays his match. Whoopi Goldberg. I think the Madden season's pretty much done deal. I don't think it's going to finish.
Yeah.
Like, you know what it is? I don't think the game's as good. And I haven't played Madden in years until now, and I don't think it's that great. Because I watched you play the NCAA one, Nate. Oh my God, it's like night and day compared between the two. That looks more realistic than the Madden does.
No, yeah, the college football game is by far better than Madden. Far better.
The play mechanics, the whole 9 yards, like
it feels better.
When you play as USC, they suck.
Diesel, just to Diesel's comment, I'm a Frio Docker supporter, but like very loosely. I don't really keep up to date with Frio the way I do with Raider football, and I'm more of a Union guy. I follow the Super Rugby, and my team is the Moana Pacifica. So I'm not too much into the league. And I'm not Bueno's comment. Yes, there are a lot of islanders here in Australia. More so on the East Coast, some on the West Coast. But there's a lot.
Well, that's kind of that region, isn't it? Right? Somewhat.
What's that?
Like that part of the world. I mean, isn't that like kind of? I don't know. I guess I'm.
Well, the islands is pretty much dead center in between the States and New Zealand and Australia. So, there's not a whole bunch of money to be made per se in the islands. That's why a lot of islanders become expats and move either to the States or to New Zealand. But even New Zealand, like, it's a better financial situation than the islands, but they're better off if they can make it happen moving to Australia, where it's more accessible to make a better income to support their families and that. So yeah,
if
it's more the East Coast, because the East Coast is closer to the islands than the West Coast. West Coast is on the other side.
So if they're standing on the islands, they either go left to the U.S. or right to you guys. So you make
the other way around.
Opposite, yeah.
The way around. It's right to the U.S. and left to Australia.
Well, you know what I meant.
Yeah.
Just turn around, face the other way, and it's the same direction.
Well, if the US is looking left, that's where the islands are. And Dees was correct. New South Wales, there's a lot of Tongans, Samoans, and Fijians. In Australia, and in the West Coast, there is a lot, but it's more like there's a lot of South Africans. A lot of South Africans come over here because it's closer for my side of Australia to that region than it is. You get what I'm saying?
Because I tailgate with some guys from Australia, motherfuckers, they can peel them back. Oh, I'm sure they can.
Where did you tailgate, Jason? If you can enlighten me, that's pretty cool. In Oakland?
Yeah, probably had to be in Oakland.
Vegas?
In Oakland.
I'm so pissed I wasn't able to get to Oakland before they moved.
Yeah,
oh, dude, it's such an experience.
I know. That's the trip I always wanted to go on.
What about you, Nathan? You ever make the pillage?
Nope, I was never able to.
Come on, guys! If I can do it, surely you would have been able to do it. Come on.
His mom and dad wouldn't sign the permission slip.
Well, what's your excuse then, Jeff?
Yeah,
I live on the East Coast and have no money.
Oh, you live on the East Coast. Well, I live in Australia, and I still was able to make it happen. I'm just busting your balls, Jeff.
Trust me, I wish I could have. I really do.
I know. I'm just fucking with you. It just for clarity, like, it took me a lot of planning and a hell of a lot of saving when I was working in the mines to make my dreams come true, per se.
Oh, I'm sure it wasn't a cheap trip.
Oh yeah,
it wasn't, but it was worth every friggin' penny. Every penny.
So I don't think I have. I don't know if I have asked you this before or if I've even heard you talk about it. AR.
Go ahead.
Like, what was it that made you become a Raider fan? Like, what was the draw, being from Australia and becoming a Raider fan? I'm sure that's probably a question a lot of people are wondering if they haven't heard it yet.
Just a choice, M's question. I was working in the mines around that time, so my financial situation was in a better point to where I could save up enough, because I saved for 3/4 of a year about 12-13 grand to stay in the US for 5 weeks. It wasn't just to go see Raider football. I was also dating someone from there, but that's a story for another day. But long story short, it took me a while to say. And Raider Solo, my guy, appreciate you. Yeah, thanks for showing up, my friend. Good to see you in the feed. Hope things are going well, or as good as they can in your private life, my friend. Just to your question about how did I become a Raider fan? So I started getting into football, and so did Jerry, back in 2008. I invested in cable TV, and that was when I was able to watch more sports outside of the sports that were locally based, like cricket, rugby, and AFL. So I started to expand, and I started to get enamored by the American football. I started to learn. It took me a little while to learn the rules, and then once I heavily invested in the game, I was like, right, I need a team. You know what I mean? Like, what's a team that I don't know that pulls me, so to say. And there wasn't a whole. I hadn't even seen any Raider games on the TV, but somehow I was on YouTube, and one day I watched this documentary, and it was like the top 40 rivalries in sport, and they got to number one, and the number one rivalry was the NFL versus the Raiders. No, sorry, it was the Raiders against the world, basically, and they were talking about how the Raider history, how their glory days was based on the Al Davis way of doing things the Raider way, picking up the outcast, the bad boys, we did things our way per se, and just something about that documentary really resonated with me, and I was just like, you know what, like that, I think that's it for me. And the very first game I watched for the upcoming season was the 2009 home opener, and that's turned out to be a Monday night football game, which was between the Raiders and the Chargers. That was the game where we just traded for Richard Seymour. He only had a few days to prepare for that game because he just came over from New England. We drafted Darius Hayward-Bay that season, and I just remember watching that game and just seeing the scenes of the Coliseum. All the fans in silver and black, the scenes of the black hole going buck wild, especially on that opening drive, because we got them. We shut them down to a 3-and-out. They punted on fourth, and just seeing the scenes of the players and the Coliseum, I knew that was it for me. I was just like, yeah, that's the one. I'm a Raider, and I've been a Raider since then, through thick and thin. You know what I'm saying? And it's been thin more than thick. So, and that's a big pause, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah, I've been repping the colors day in, day out. Even when it's the off season, you still see me. It's not just on stream. I'm always wearing something Raider related, off stream. Whether it be the gym or I'm on the get up. It's a way of life for me. I bleed silver and black, and I've been doing that since 2009. So that's the answer to your question.
Nice.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
We lost that game, but you got to understand that was the Chargers were a very strong outfit around that time. They had just come off making it real deep into the playoffs that season, the season prior, I believe. And we lost, but we put up one hell of a fight. We punched them in the mouth that night and played some real hard-nosed, smash-mouth Raider football, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, it was a good introduction for you to the.
It was a very good introduction, and it's funny because it was a rough season as well. But I had some real good times in my early years. It may not have panned out as well as what I'd liked it to in 2009, but 2010 and 2011, I have some really fun memories around that time. We weren't the best team, but we were a friggin' fun team to watch around that time.
I'm
39.
Jeff is a millionaire. He should be getting us all together. You know what? If I was a millionaire, you bet your ass, man. I'd be getting everybody there. Hell yeah. I'd be flying AR in, everything. Hell yeah.
I don't think a millionaire probably wouldn't get you very far, though, to be honest. That's not
you don't know how many millions.
That's true. 1 million. 1 million.
I'm trying to get back there on my own merits.
30 people to Vegas for 30 million with $1 million, then I ain't doing something right. It ain't that expensive.
What?
Seriously.
Really? You think so?
What? With $1 million to get 30 people from wherever they are to Vegas. Half you.
I'm saying. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I thought you were saying
in LA. I'll rent the fucking limousine bus to bring you guys. I ain't paying for flying, you fuckers.
Llama Breasts, that was actually 2013, not 2011. That running the prior versus the Steelers. It was 2013. The big long touchdown run. I remember that very well because I woke up in the morning to watch that.
So Navman's old lady. That's Ardell, by the way. My first game was versus. It's been a week. How has your name not changed yet? Seahawks Raiders with my dad. Zorn and Largent.
Just the Diesel's comment. I'm trying. Like I'm trying to work my way back to the States. Like there are plans in motion, but it's just a matter of like not the want. It's just saving my pennies because me having to travel so far. I'm having to save at least $2,000 in airfares alone. Then I got to worry about accommodation. Then I got to worry about tickets. There's a lot of factors for me. I'm trying my best, and also I got to take the time away from home. I've got home responsibilities, and just for clarity, chat, just the flight alone, getting there and coming back, that's 3 days flying. Yeah, it's a slog.
Jesus.
It'll be worth it for me, but it's a treacherous, rough ride, that's for sure. So I gotta cater for that time as well. The time I spend on the plane just to get there.
That's a lot of time sleeping on a plane and shit too, right? Because isn't one of the flights
I couldn't sleep on the plane.
I couldn't either.
Yeah, 18-hour flight. You wish, Diesel. It's going to be shorter coming to LA, but when I flew from Australia to I had to go to Michigan first. Sorry, to Michigan is where I was based. That was a 34-hour bender. It was rough. It was real rough. Because it's not just a straight flight from A to B. I had to lay over in New Zealand. I had to lay over in LA. It sucked. It really sucked. But it's worth it. It'll be worth it. The things you do for the things you love, right?
Sydney. Yeah. In all honesty, Jason, you're not right. That's a lot of bullshit to go to one 3-hour long NFL football game. If you think about it,
Doug, the things you do for the things you love, right? It was worth every bit of effort. It was worth every friggin' penny, and I'd do it again if I could. You
did something I was never able to do. You at least got to Oakland, so
yeah.
My fat ass lives in the fucking States, and I still couldn't get out there.
You have no idea how many times, like, whether it be at work or just kicking it on the go, like between when I first became a diehard Raider fan to when I actually made it happen, where I was literally daydreaming, fantasizing in my head, how the fuck am I going to make this happen? I want to make it happen. I want to go to a Raider game before they made a move to Las Vegas. I was so... It was a dream of mine that I thought was a pipe dream for the longest time, but then I finally got in a position where I could make it happen. I was just like, fuck it, I'm doing it, and I did it. So it was worth, like I said, every penny and every bit of effort that I had to put in to get to said game.
Sorry if I'm eating on screen, but my wife made these last night. They're chocolate peanut butter cookies. Oh, they're so good. Fly Qantas, yeah. Is that the only airline that flies out of there? Is Qantas?
No, I flew Air New Zealand. There's other options. There are options there, but like some are cheaper, some are more expensive. Usually, the cheaper options will have you lay over in, say, Singapore or somewhere else for like an extended time, to the point where it's just like, look, you know what? I would rather pay the extra $200-300 to shave off maybe like another 8 to 10 hours off that said flight. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I'd rather balance out convenience and price. Like I'm not going to pay like $3-4 grand like if I would fly with Qantas to shave off like say another 10 hours off my flight. But if it's another $200-300 to shave off maybe like 8 hours, then so be it. Whatever.
I will tell you this: I think the only time most people in the United States even heard or knew about the airline Qantas was after the movie Rain Man with Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise. Because I never knew about it until I watched that movie. When they ask Dustin Hoffman's character Rain Man, "What's the safest airline?" and he goes, "Qantas." Definitely Qantas.
Well,
I'm like, I never
Qantas
heard
is
of him before.
is definitely would be the best in terms of quality, but of course that comes with a price. And
Yeah.
I'm already having to put my finances to a lot of other things. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, accommodation, tickets for the game, living expenses, and holiday expenses.
What's up, Fidel?
It's quite an expensive venture, but like I
Yeah.
said before, it's worth every penny for me. And I'm trying to make it happen again. It's just a matter of being able to get to that point. You know what I'm saying?
See, I mean, I would love to go to like New Zealand or Australia, but I don't think I could physically or mentally handle being on a plane for that long. I, I don't want to be on a plane for 3 hours to go to Florida, let alone fucking 24 hours straight on a plane or 18 hours. Screw that.
Yeah.
That'd
It'd
be
help
like
if you're a light sleeper, but I'm not. I'm a terrible sleeper on the plane.
I can't. I couldn't do it. You'd have to knock me out.
Yeah.
You would have to knock me out completely. I would. Mm-mm. It's well, especially being a big guy too. First of all, the bathrooms are tiny, so that's something I have to compete with for 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of leg room, so I got to compete with that. Screw that. And with my luck, I'll be stuck with a lady with a baby in the seat next to me or behind me.
I was stuck middle to the lady who was the aisle seat, who was an elderly lady who slept like a baby. So it was, you know what I mean? Like I hated having to try and wake her up to go to the bathroom. Every couple
Yeah,
hours.
you got to walk by her every time. Yeah.
I had to, excuse me, can I leave to the bathroom, please? And, she would do it, but you could tell, like, just the kind of deal. But
yeah, diesel, exactly. If I did it, it would be definitely first class if I had the money. Hell yeah, I would. Yeah, just like if I would, like we talked about going to Hawaii before a while ago, but I would never fly straight from the East Coast all the way to Hawaii. I would want to stop over in LA for a few days, get my bearings, do a few things in LA that I didn't get to do when I was there younger. I'd rather do them as an adult.
Just write them down. I'll do them for you, and I'll tell you how they are.
Huh?
Just write them down. What you want to do in LA, I'll do them for you, and then you can just continue flying.
What's up, Cool Kev? Dropping you a happy birthday.
Appreciate it. If and when I do come back to the States, I would probably base myself in close to LA and go to one of the LA games rather than to Vegas.
If you came back to the States, I would make a serious effort to get out there at the same time, because I don't think we'd ever at any other point would ever meet up, to be honest with you. Whereas I've got opportunities to meet up with these other guys at some point in my life, I'm sure. But you coming from Australia, because it's such a rarity for you, unless you moved back to the States, I would do whatever I could to try and make it out there, for sure. Because that would kill multiple things with one stone, because I'd be able to see everybody else plus you, and that would be a fucking killer time too, man. That would be fucking awesome.
For sure. And just to Dell's comment, yeah, I realize that, but I have close contacts who are willing to help me out around the LA region. Plus, like Vegas, like I said, it's a hell of an expensive venture. And as it stands, until proven otherwise, I think I would probably enjoy the LA vibe when the Raiders play in LA rather than in Vegas as it stands. You know what I'm saying? But I do. There's a lot of things I want to do. It's just a matter of finances. So, yeah.
Cool Kev said, take Afakasi to Fig to see the eye candy.
Figueroa.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, I want to get out there so bad. And like I said, I mean, the big thing for me is getting out there during the hockey season too, so I could catch a Vegas Golden Knights game with my son, because him being a Knights fan, that would just add to it. That would just make it even so much more fun.
Go Knights, go.
To my point, though. To my point.
Yeah. fuck LA.
Hey, I'm all about them muscle mamas from the US. Yeah, send them my way.
Marquee.
Rooster Cockburn, what's up?
Go Wild, go Wolves. Yikes. Yikes. Go Twins. Yikes. Ouch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you must live in Minnesota because that sucks.
Kev, I think I did try an In-N-Out burger. I think.
Yeah, we don't have those around here. I've never had one.
I might have to go In-N-Out right now. That sounds so fire. I'm sorry.
We're gonna. You got any last final thoughts? You got anything coming up, AR?
Yeah, I might be doing a game stream in the morning. Just kick it with whoever wants to come by. I do want to do another Tecmo stream come Sunday. Shit, I might even do one like Saturday if critique's available. Like it's I want to do a Raider related show, but like we've already talked about like anything that's Raider related. Like
that's why,
for now, and like we're just holding on to the draft now. You know what I'm saying? Like the draft is next, where it's a lot of our time to shine. So yeah, I will be getting active over the weekend. It's just
that's like when it gets to Thursday for Nate and I. It's like every topic's already been beat to piss by the time Thursday night comes. So it's more of a chance for him and I to kind of just talk about what we think and everything, and it's just like there's some channels that just get in depth on players, and that's not me. That's not my style. It would be too forced fake for me.
Mm-hmm.
I know Nate can kind of do that. I've seen him do that. He definitely would be better at that. I'm more of a I take the chat where it takes me is kind of how I work sometimes, and Nate's kind of that way too. But I'm not if we're talking offensive line, okay, yeah, I'll chop it up, But any other positions, like I don't know, I'm not good with the secondary guys, the defensive backs and all that. That's not my strength, I know what I can talk about comfortably, and I know when we do certain shows and certain topics come up, you don't see me talk much because I'm not going to talk about something I don't know a lot of.
Right. Yeah. You don't want to talk about out of your ass. Like there's too many people.
I don't come off that
way. And Google, like, base their opinions on nothing more than a quick Google search or a Google stat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
If somebody asks me about a player and I don't know diddly about them, I'll look them up and I'll look up the general information. So, like, if somebody says, "Oh, they came from this college," I'm like, "Oh yeah, I see that." But is he better as a 4-3 cover guy? Can he play the slot? Dude, I played in the trenches. I looked from my hand on the ground or the ball if I was the center, and the guy in front of me, and then the guy to my left and my right. That was my field of vision on the field. I couldn't tell you who was doing what out in the back for the most part. It just wasn't my forte. Just like I'm not going to talk about running backs like run down and turf cam because they played those positions.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But you can give like an opinion from a
no fan. I do.
Right? Like you can go by like say that this is what I see, this is how I feel. Like, I mean, I'm no technical expert, and I do that all the time. I can only go by what I see, how I feel, and I'm pretty passionate and vocal about my opinions, whether they're right or whether they're wrong. I try to give reason to said opinions. My strength, I guess, without trying to toot my own horn, is that like, I'm not a great Raider historian. Like, there's a lot that I don't know. I'm trying to catch up with before my time as a Raider fan started in 2009. But from that period onward, like, my memory when it comes to anything Raider related is quite good. Like, I remember quite fondly a lot of the players, what they did, what happened throughout the course of the season, our struggles, our successes. My memory's pretty good when it comes to anything Raider related from 2009 onwards, and the times that I have been able to go back and watch. Like, I watched the whole season from 95. I bended the season from 2000. I've been able to go back and watch some of the Raider football and get a better understanding about like the teams from past history and what made them so great, rather than just like being relegated to what you heard and highlights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I hear you. That's why you should watch Saturday nights. I know you watched this past
I
Saturday
did.
night. You
I
know,
did.
this
There
Saturday.
was a few tapes that I liked, and there was a few tapes. I don't know about that one. You know what I'm saying?
I know we didn't talk much about your boy Jerry Ball. I know that. So
He's not my boy per se, but I learned to appreciate him. I thought he was better than what I know. Shout out to Chris. He wasn't too high on Jerry Ball, but my guy Richard Seymour, I thought deserved a little bit more respect than what you gave him. There's a few others, like that. You're not too high on the '90s era of football, but like we were successful to a point, not quite to the level of the '80s,
but it was definitely some of our
and the
weaker
70s
years.
and 60s. But we were making playoff runs, not deep ones in the '90s, better than what we did in like the late 2000s and onwards till now. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, you're not lying there. That's for sure. Yeah, I mean it like.
But it's okay.
If Seymour had been there from the start with us instead of doing some time in New England, totally different take. I think that would have been a totally different defense with him for his entire career with the Raiders. That's why
defensively we weren't that bad around that 2009, 10,
no, we
period.
weren't. But it would have been. He's one of those players. I think I said it Saturday night. He's one of those players that should have been a Raider from day one, just like Romanowski. You know. Incognito's another guy. These are guys that they had the mentality and the fearfulness of, take no prisoners type of Raider players from days of old.
Right.
Those are the guys that should have been there from day one.
And to further that point, like the majority of his success was at New England. Yet, like he had some success with us. Like not like he did in New England.
Nah,
but because the guy's a Hall of Famer, right? But like he's most proud of his. It seems he's more proud of his of being a Raider than he is of being from New England. Like he's taken a stake in the front office. Like he's a minority owner. Like you see him decked out in Raider colors all the time. You know what I'm saying? And like you were Google looking at the stat count, and you guys were like kind of dismissive about him. But if you remember correctly, we used him more of as an interior guy than an exterior. Like, he played quite well in his time with us. Like he was that defensive leader when we really needed someone around his time as a Raider. He was causing a lot of disruption up the middle for guys like Cam Wimbley and Lamar Houston to do their thing. You know what I'm saying? And he was making Pro Bowls during his time as a Raider. So I felt he deserved a little bit more respect than what you guys gave him. That's my guy, Steve.
Well, I think one of the things that people were sour on with him, and I know this was my biggest hang up with him when we got him, was what it cost us. We gave up a first-round pick for a guy that was way later in his years on the defense. That was my big thing, was like that
what were we spending our first rounders on around that time, Jeff?
Huh?
What were we spending our first rounders on around that time?
I would have to look that up. I couldn't even. I'll be able to tell you Saturday night though.
He never lived up to that first round expectation. Rolando McClain, you know what I'm saying? Like that's another one we were picking around that time. Jamarcus Russell was around that time, so just a bit of perspective.
Yeah, but I get it. But again, that's a lot. But it wasn't just me though. There were a lot of Raider fans that were. Like, why are we giving up a first-round pick for this? And again, it was one of those middle-of-the-night Al Davis moves.
That's why I fight for Seymour, because you're not alone. A lot of people are sour on it, but like he's a guy I liked. And another guy that I like that I'm probably on my lonely bubble about is I actually appreciate Darius Hayward-Bay. There he is in the comment section. I'm not bueno. You know what I'm saying? Like people are very sour on him, and I actually like Darius Hayward-Bay, and I'll give you my reasons why. Like, yes, he was not the first round talent or the bona fide number one we were looking for. A guy like a Megatron or whatever it may be. No way, he did not live up to that draft selection. However, like this is a guy in years 1 and 2, he was mediocre at best. You know what I'm saying? He struggled. But year 3, year 4, he at least was a good number 2 guy. Like the guy almost broke 1,000 yards in his third season. His fourth season, he had like 600-700 yards. You know what I'm saying? I will take a solid number 2. You know what I'm saying? Then, like, say, a Tyree Wilson or a Cleve Farrell, who these guys were rotational picks at best. I'm not saying it was anywhere near good enough. No, it wasn't. But that's why I fight for Haywood Bay, is that, like, he at least was a solid number 2 come year 3, come year 4. And people tend to forget that because they look at how he was his rookie season and his second season and what he was supposed to be as a first-round draft selection, which he didn't live up to, but at least he was decent for a while. And he was starting, not like some of these other cats that we brought in the door lately: Alex Leatherwood, Tyree Wilson, Cleve Farrell, Damon Arnett. You know what I'm saying? Just saying.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. All Eyes, I don't know. I don't remember that. But again, I know that the whole Seymour thing was like a middle of the night type of deal. It was like out of nowhere. You woke up the next day and it's like, hey, Richard Seymour's a Raider. We just traded a first round pick for him, and everybody was like, what? You know?
Well,
it wasn't even like rumors out there that he was being on the chopping block, or being part of the a trade talks. It was just like, boom, done. It's like, holy shit.
Well, remember there was a lot of talk about how he was like unhappy and how he didn't want to make the move, and like how he didn't really want to come here and be a Raider, but like. He came out like shortly after the trade was made, when he had a chance to give his pieces. It's like, it's not that I didn't want to come here. It's just he was caught off guard. And it wasn't a simple case of, all right, you've been traded, you got to go play with Oakland. He spoke about how he had to move his family. He had to take his girls out of school. You know what I mean? Like he had to do all these things within a few days of having to move across the country to play in Oakland. You know what I'm saying? And I can respect that. You know what I mean? But he was a very passionate Raider during his time here, and someone again, like, I feel deserves more respect than what I think people give him.
What up, the Yerp Jers?
What's up, Yerp? Yeah, there's 3 of us.
Appreciate you, brother.
So we appreciate you showing up. Make sure you hit all 3 channels. You got Afakasi up over here. You got LV Raider 10 over here, and then you got myself. So we do this show every Thursday night. It's normally just Nate and I. We've got a special guest with Afakasi and here with us tonight. A gentleman from the land down under there, Mr. Tecmo Bowl God himself, as you saw in the description. If you read the description, I had you listed as the Tecmo God.
Me?
Yeah, you. Well, the critique wasn't coming in. Out of the 3 of us, you're it. So, yeah.
Right.
A critique I didn't know was coming in until like he showed up. Well, I mean, you told me. But, yeah.
When we refer to Tecmo God or gods on our streams, we're referring to like the it's just our little thing when we're talking about like how the cookie crumbles when it comes to luck, and that if the luck goes our way, it's the the Tecmo gods are smiling on us, and if they don't go our way, it means that they've forsaken us. Because it's just our little. We talk a lot of bullshit on our Tecmo streams.
So all right, so you're talking about doing some sort of stream tomorrow, a game stream tomorrow, you said?
I'll be doing something tomorrow, game stream. I was trying to say before, I want to do something Raider related, but there's only so much you can talk about without force feeding it out, being that we're in the middle of nowhere at this.
Well, that's the downside. Like during the season, it's easy. Doing this shit during the season is easy. People think that, doing these shows is a simple thing. You just get on and talk. Not really. During the football season, oh, hell yeah, because you got a lot to talk about. You could spend hours on these shows. During this off season, like right now, yeah, we've got stuff to talk about. But I'll tell you what, once the draft is over, it's going to get slow.
It's going to get busy.
Yeah.
No, it's going to get slow. Because what's the next big thing? Getting the rookies signed the contracts, and then OTAs will start. Yeah, it'll pick up a little bit, but not until the true training camp hits, or that June 1st, salary cap victims hit. Those cuts that are made after June 1st for salary victims, cap victims. Those that'll spike some news and everything, but it's slow right now. It really is. I mean, everybody just beating each other up as far as who they think they should take. You know, people in the chat arguing with you. You know, not guys that are in here now, obviously, just that one guy from earlier. You know, so like right now, everybody's yelling and arguing with each other, like who we should pick now, who are we going to pick? Comes midnight Saturday night, that's all going to switch to, why did we take this guy? How come we took that guy? We should have took this guy. No, we should have took this guy. That's going to be the new argument starting Saturday night. Once the draft is over, and it'll be a whole new set of bickering back and forth. That's all it is. It's just Raider fans bickering at each other. That's what it comes down to.
That's why I try to give a neutral opinion. That's like when it comes to the draft, because I keep highlighting, I don't know too much about the prospects. I know a little bit, but it's my stance is I'm cool with anybody at any position as long as they're within that range. BPA for me. Raider Pete is asking me a question about, like, do I have a favorite jersey you own? I'll start off with asking you guys a question in the chat. I'm rocking number 38 right now. I'd like to see anybody who hasn't heard me before say who this jersey belongs to. If anybody can have a crack and guess who said player is. While you guys are thinking about it, my favorite jerseys that I own, probably my all black limited edition Bo Jackson jersey, my two McFadden jerseys, black and white, the black Max Crosby jersey I bought when I was in Oakland the day he broke out. Like, it was the only jersey in the store before Max Crosby had broken out, and he broke out that said game, had like 3 sacks, and now he's a household name. And what's my other favorite one? Yeah, that's probably the Khalil Mack jersey that I own as well. I also acquired a Tim Brown jersey, which is dear to my heart at the moment. I'm quite liking that one too. So that's to answer your questions. But can anybody guess who number 38 this one is? And no, it's not any of the guys anybody has suggested. I did own a Dave Emerson jersey once upon a time. I still own a Marcel Reese jersey, but it's not any of those guys.
Fred, you can't be a Raiders fan if you think Stable is number 12.
Sam Tanker got it.
I mean, number 38.
Sam Tanker
TJ
got it.
Carey.
Yeah, he got it.
It is TJ Carey. Yeah.
What's up, Steve Dillon? What's going on, brother?
Tyree Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have time to talk about. Yeah, TJ Carey, you just said it down below. Yeah, we'll have time to talk about, what things to talk about with new players, and but it's still going to be the same old thing. This guy's not going to be a good fit for us. You know that,
right?
It's going to be your own personal take, as it always is. So, anybody that's subscribed to AR's channel, make sure you hit that notification, because that way there, if he does go on tomorrow morning, you're going to be able to see that he's going on, so you can go watch and check out his stuff. Look for a notification on his show or on his channel for Sunday morning, because if we do Tecmo Bowl, Nate, you're going to be there, right?
When?
Sunday, as in like 3 days from now?
So I probably can't. Yeah.
Well, I'll be there. Nate won't make it. What's a 5 say? Just draft Willie Lampkin round 1, and anything after that doesn't matter. Super Bowl 2025, you heard it here first. Yeah, no. Do I rock number 41? I'll tell you right now, I own one jersey right now. One. And I haven't worn it in freaking years. And I will never probably wear it again either. It's still hanging up in the back of a closet. It's a Gallery jersey.
Whose is it?
So, Gallery, Robert Gallery.
Yeah. Okay, that's what's up. I can appreciate that.
I bought it his rookie year, because I thought for sure he was going to be a staple for us for a long time, and didn't work out. He was with us for a little bit. He was good, wasn't great. He stayed in the NFL for a while too after he left us. So it wasn't
you
like
could
it was
say he was a
wash.
staple for a little while. I mean, not to the level that
like,
we were hoping he would be at left tackle,
yeah,
but as
exactly.
a guy,
like,
he was a solid guy who lasted a long time.
Yeah, better than Tony Mandarich, so thank God. No,
right.
that guy was a bust.
Another guy like a Hayward Bay type deal. No, he was not the first round selection we were looking for. No, he did not solidify the job that we were looking to draft him to do. But Gallery was around for a long minute, like a lot longer with the Raiders than what a lot of these other cats were. So, was he great? No. Was he good? Not, but solid. Solid would be what I would call Robert Gallery. But just before you're talking about jerseys, that's probably my fave one. This is an all black Mitchell and Ness number 34, Bo Jackson.
Oh, nice.
This is limited edition. This cost quite a pretty penny, but I saw this at my local sports shop dealer, Culture Kings, and I had to cop it. You know what I'm saying? I had to get it. I got that last year. And my most recent acquirement would be this one here. I think I've shown you already. You've seen me wear
that's
Tim Brown. Yeah.
Mhm.
Tim Brown. Right. So Tim Brown, like I got this for I think 20 USD. And
Really?
This is one of those,
Wow.
yeah, this is one of those painted on jerseys. And it's in like for the age that it is, and being that it's these painted on jerseys, they're usually so faded. You know what I'm saying?
Really.
Considering
faded.
this is probably at least 20 years old, you know what I mean? It's still in a great condition. And you know what? Like in terms of comfort, like this jersey here was about $250. Like it's you can feel the quality, but it's quite heavy. You know what I'm saying? This one, however, like this is probably the most comfy jersey that I own. Like in terms of like just being nice and light. Like it's gonna fade if I put it through the wash too many times, so I'm gonna have to be careful. But you know what? Like for the price I paid for this is one of my favorite jerseys. I love this.
Sounds dope.
I've been meaning to get myself a Reebok jersey again for the longest time because my first jersey was a Reebok jersey, and then they moved over to Nike. They're quite hard to find in terms of getting one that's good value as well as like in decent condition. So I'm really happy I found that one. And to pay 20 USD, the condition is in was a steal.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
All eyes. You're talking about pissy pants? How he would just get up to the line and just piss his pants at the line of scrimmage? Used to do that all the time.
I didn't hear.
You didn't know that about Gallery? Oh yeah.
No, not that I care. Not that.
But that was like his thing. He would stand there and literally piss himself on the field, and people wouldn't go near
him. Heated battle, whatever. When can he get the job done at a competent level? That's all I cared about.
Just like what's his name, Draws, the guy that became a wrestler. He used to throw up at the line of scrimmage in front of the offensive lineman in front of him before the snap of the ball. He'd puke. They used to do that all the time. You know, it's shit like that gets in the psyche of the person that had it in front of you. You know, shit works, man.
Whatever works. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about these things. Are you doing your job? Are you playing at a competent level? That's all I care about.
You know, every year my wife asks me around Christmas what jersey I would like, and I tell her last few years I tell her I want a Jim Otto jersey, a Art Shell, and a Gene Upshaw. Those are the three I would like. Howie Long. You give me any one of those four, I'm gonna be happy. Every year I open up Christmas presents, expecting to see a jersey, and every year I don't see one. I'm like, why do you ask me every year? She asks me every year, what would you want for a jersey? And I tell her, and I don't get it. Like, troll
the eBay every week. That's what I do. I always look through eBay, see if I can find some of these classic jerseys at a reasonable price. Like, you know, some of these jerseys like that are still in good condition. Like they're because of how old they are, the price is usually a pretty penny. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I usually go. And a lot of people are hesitant to buy jerseys because players come and they go, and they're like, oh, you know, these players, like, you know, I want to buy a jersey of a player who either hasn't proven it yet or who might be gone within a season or two. Well, you can never go wrong with the classic players. You know what I'm saying? Like a Charles Woodson, to your point, like a Jim Otto, or you know, whoever it may be, Tim Brown. Like these jerseys are timeless. You can wear them anytime. You know what I'm saying? Like you go to a game. You know,
that's
like
why
a Howie
I refuse
Long
to buy
jersey.
jerseys of new players.
Right.
just,
I'm not like that per se. Like my stance is that like, right, if they've done enough for me to appreciate them, then you know what, I can still rock the jerseys even when they're long gone, even if their time as a Raider is over. Here, TJ Carey, like he wasn't the greatest Raider, but his time in the league is over, and I can go back. I can appreciate TJ Carey. I can rock his jersey. You know what I'm saying?
If someone said to me, you have to pick one of a team on the team, it would be JPJ all day. That would be the guy I would pick if I had to pick a current player. No one else. Maybe you might see me in a Bowers, but other than that, you know, I like the old school jerseys, the guys that spent their entire career with the team. That's why I like any one of those four I mentioned. Right. You know, specifically offensive line, because that's me. You ain't gonna see me wearing a wide receiver shirt. It just doesn't look right.
But even if they didn't spend the majority of their time here, like a jersey I've been trying to acquire is a Romanowski jersey. You know what I'm saying? I would love to.
Yeah, that one I would fuck with that. You know
what I'm saying? Yeah, like you can never go wrong with classic players, or even like, you know, like I've got Darren McFadden in both black and white, and like those are my two of my favorite jerseys that I own. You know what I'm saying? Terrell Pryor is another one that I own in white. And like, you know, they're not the greatest players. Like Darren McFadden was great when he was great until he wasn't. But you know what I'm saying? Terrell Pryor wasn't the greatest, but he was a fun time and like a player that like, you know, those are my years I was making my bones per se as a Raider fan. And like now that those days are long past, like it gives me that sense of nostalgia and takes me back to a time, you know what I mean? Where like, you know, we weren't the greatest, but they brought me some fun memories in my early years.
Oh, definitely. You know, I mean, it's all in what your taste is too. You know, the funny thing is, she asked me about my jerseys, like what ones I want. She'll ask my son. We've gotten him a Stabler. We've gotten him a Max Crosby. We've gotten him all these other jerseys. Do you think I get one? Nope.
I'm surprised you've only got one. I'm shocked.
You know why? A lot of times when I was at my absolute biggest, it was almost impossible to find jerseys that would fit me. You know, okay. I'm losing weight on a regular basis now, so I'm getting to the point where I can stop looking again. You know, where I would still, I mean, I would still fit into some if I had them, but
right.
You know, I need to.
I fit into this one. Once upon a time, this was like really loose on me. Now, like it hugs the. Granted, my arms have gotten bigger, but like, and my body's gotten bigger, but this used to be a real loose fit. Now it's quite snug.
Just putting all the.
Yeah, for me, honestly, I like some pretty like outlandish jerseys. Like I was looking for a Carson Palmer Raider jersey the other day. Yeah, well, I mean that's partially because I'm also a USC fan, so that probably goes with it. But like, I like some crazy, just fucking like random, like you were saying. I was looking for a Terrell Pryor jersey the other day as well. Like, yeah, I don't know why I like some weird like. Why do you have that jersey? I was like, I don't know. Just, I like
they're unique weird... as well. Like not
exactly.
Them, but they mean something to you because like you're like me. They remind you of your early days and a time when you were making your bones, so to say.
Right. Exactly.
But yeah, like to the chat, like you know, those Color Rush jerseys. The same day I bought that Max Crosby jersey, I still got a Color Rush Derek Carr jersey, and I used to own one of my other. You know, to your point, like what your like kind of outlandish or not too common jerseys. I used to own a Color Rush Marquette King jersey.
That's dope.
You know, with the silver numbers. And
not bueno. That exactly there is why you don't see me wear white. What you just said there. I get too scared to wear white. I always spill shit on myself. Me too. Absolutely. I can't.
Yeah, I love the Color Rush jerseys.
Even like this isn't bad. It's a dark gray shirt underneath this, but you've seen me sometimes with a real light gray muscle shirt on. That if I'm eating and I'm sitting here and I'm doing this, I got my hand on my chest. So if anything falls, it hits my hand first before it gets on my shirt. Because if I'm sitting here doing a show and I got a big spot right here on my chest, it's going nope. At least if I wear this, it's covered. But yeah, I spill shit all the time.
I personally feel if every diehard Raider fan should own at least one jersey, at least one.
Oh yeah.
Well, I got one. Just don't
Yeah,
wear it
exactly.
anymore. I guess I would have to say out of Raider gear, probably the thing I'm the most proud of that I still have is my original starter Raiders jacket from the 1980s. I still have my original starter jacket. My son had it for the longest time. He just gave it back to me a couple weeks ago. It's hanging up in the closet in the bedroom. So I can't believe I still have it. It doesn't fit me, but I still have it. It's still here. So that fucking jacket's over 40-something years old. I've had it since like 1985.
That's dope.
So, that's
I have a starter Raider jacket as well. I found it at the thrift store for like $30. We went to go look for snow stuff.
That's a steal.
Yeah, we went to go look for snow
whose
stuff.
Whose jersey did you find for 30? Sorry, whose jersey did you find for $30?
It's a starter jacket. It's like a really big snow starter jacket. It goes like down to my fucking calves almost because it's so long. But yeah, we went to go look for like snow stuff because it doesn't fucking snow in LA, obviously. So we were gonna go to the snow, and we went to go look, and I found that, and I found a Green Bay Packers like old starter jacket too. So we caught both. I was like, I had to get both for sure. That shit was so dope.
Yeah, see, a long time ago, starter was like the NFL main carry for everything. Like everything was starters. Then it died off for a while. Starter kind of took a back seat to everybody else, but they started coming back out again with starter stuff again.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they were it back in the 90s, right? Starter and Converse.
90s, 80s. Oh, yeah.
Converse and Starter were kings, and then they just took a massive drop off. Even Reebok, Reebok was like one of the big names. It's still a big name, but not the name it once was in the 90s and early 2000s. Like now it's Nike and Adidas are the two top dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Rosetown, he was here earlier, but he left.
Yeah, the favorite Raider jersey that I have is probably my all-time favorite Raider jersey that I own is probably my Marcus Allen Mitchell and Ness jersey. But my second favorite is I made my own with my last name and then have 10 on it as well. And that one is signed through hell and back from just all the players that I've met. So that one has a ton of signatures on it. And so, yeah, that one's probably my second favorite.
My wife, someone gave her a Jamarcus Russell jersey with the nameplate on it, so we unstitched the nameplate. So she's just the number 2 jersey right now.
Oh, that's dope.
We put a name on it, so it's been like that for a while. What's up, Greg? So I guess we're Nate. What do you got coming up? Anything this weekend?
Yeah. So tomorrow I'm gonna be putting out the next episode of the John Gruden quarterback class that I've been doing the series. That's going to be on Kyle McCord. So that's been a lot of fun. I've been doing all the episodes so far. So far, it's been Will Howard, Riley Leonard, and what is the other guy's name from Memphis? Give me one sec. It is Seth Hennigan. Seth Hennigan, the quarterback out of Memphis. He was extremely impressive. If you have not seen that yet, go over to my channel, watch those episodes. Seth Hennigan one is extremely impressive with just his football IQ. He is super impressive. But yeah, tomorrow look out for the Kyle McCord episode of John Gruden's QB class.
All right, so make sure you guys get over to. I posted it in the chat already. Make sure you get over to LV Raider 10's channel and check that out tomorrow when he releases that. Rosetown, no, he started shit with me, but I didn't boot him or anything. I just said a few things to him and then left it at that. I don't have the energy. So, and as far as it looks like Nate's not going to probably make it Sunday morning, AR. So if it's the three of us, it'll be just the three of us possibly, unless you just want to go with critique because I mean. What am I going to bring to the table? You guys are going to whoop my ass anyway, so.
You don't do anything for Easter, Jeff?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Family, that's right. I forgot about Easter. Yeah, fuck. Yep. So scratch that. I won't be here Sunday either.
Yeah.
Okay.
Family's coming over.
I guess.
I mean, if we did it in the morning like we did last week, I could still do it, but no, probably not.
Well, did you want a rain check till the week after?
Yeah, I'll probably have to do it.
Oh no, that's the draft. No, hell no.
No, the draft. The
But
draft
during the
is
day, yeah.
Yeah, the draft is Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So Sunday.
Okay. Draft will be over by then. Well, if you want to come kick it then, just as a post-draft thing to do.
Yeah, why don't we do that? Because
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Sunday's Easter. You're right. Good thing you said that, Nate.
Yeah.
So,
That's what's up. All right. Well, I'll reach out to
only thing I got going on this weekend is Turf is definitely supposed to be back tomorrow night. I know he said he was supposed to be back last week. So I ended up running the Friday night show again last week. So he should be back tomorrow night. Should be 9 o'clock Eastern time, 6 o'clock Pacific. So make sure you check that out. If he is on, I'll be streaming it from my channel too. So it'll be myself, Ultimate Fan 32, and I don't know who else will be streaming it at that point. But I will be there Friday night for a few hours. Saturday night, the Last Call podcast with myself, Chris for Raiders, and Papa Rundown. We're going to be discussing the Raider history in the draft through the years. So it'll be all about the Raider drafts from start to finish. The good, the bad, the ugly, the shitty.
The very
shitty.
bad.
Yeah. The head scratching drafts, like, what the fuck? So that will be 9 o'clock Eastern time, 6 o'clock Pacific. So make sure you check that out Saturday night. So anything else, gentlemen?
That's
it.
Good. Chat, everybody. Thank you for tuning in.
Appreciate everybody
for being a guest with us.
Yeah, happy birthday, big dog. Happy birthday, bro.
To you, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you. Critique, if you're still out there watching or whatever, thanks for coming in. We appreciate you. Buy headphones so you can hear us talking so you don't interrupt everybody. We appreciate everybody in the chat, the super chats tonight for both myself and AI. We appreciate it. Nate, we got to get your numbers up, brother.
Yeah.
People that aren't subscribed to LB Raider 10, get your ass over to his channel. Hit that sub.
All one word, LB Raider 10. It's not that hard.
Yep, all one word,
Mm-hmm.
LB Raider 10.
LB Raider 10. And salute to everybody in the gang, everybody who's wishing me a happy birthday in the stream. Much appreciated. So, yeah.
Oh, there was one other question in the chat. Are we playing tonight or no?
I'm down in like 15, 20 minutes. I'm down.
What, Rivals?
Yeah.
Yeah. I said, you said you can't, right?
Oh, I was gonna have a bit of a nap. I was gonna go to the gym.
Go for it, because I'll go play PUBG because I'm only good for a very short time tonight. I got to get up at like 5 in the morning, so I don't have much time.
What do you
I'm
guys
probably
doing
not
tomorrow
gonna play.
morning? What are you guys doing tomorrow morning?
I'm MIA until afternoon time sometime.
I might be able to get on tomorrow morning, AR, actually. So.
All right. Well, to anybody, I'm not bueno. I might get on tomorrow morning. You guys are on the West Coast, so if you're up around, 8 a.m., hit me up. Let's get on the Rivals. All right, gang? I'm looking at you.
Sounds good.
LB, I'm looking at you. I'm not bueno. Charm, if you're in the building. Jerry, if you're in the building. Alfredo, whoever else wants it, let's run it a little bit.
When you say 8 a.m., you're talking like 8 a.m. West Coast time?
West Coast.
Time.
Yeah, Pacific
time. I never give out my own times, ever. So anybody
So that's 5 o'clock
who's in the
time.
chat,
11 o'clock your time. Yeah.
Come on, dog. If I know your time, how can you not know your time?
Yeah, I won't be home. I won't be in. And even when I do get home tomorrow, I'm probably gonna go to sleep. So.
Okay.
And,
I was just
happy
saying,
21st birthday.
whoever
All
can,
eyes.
any able and willing bodies, let's get it.
All right, till next time, everybody. Stay safe and go Raiders.